This is the new Pixel 9a, and it's potentially the most affordable, top-tier Android phone that you can buy today. It looks great, is powered by the same chip as the rest of the Pixel 9 family, but it's $300 cheaper. Hi, I'm MICHAELJOSH, your gadget matchmaker, and over the last decade, I've made it my job to show people around the world that tech can be easy, fun, and exciting. On this channel, I give you special access to the products I review, the events I attend, and all the interesting people I get to meet along the way. So, if you're shopping for an affordable Android phone, give this channel a like and subscribe, and I'll help you find the right one to match your needs. This is our first look at Google's Pixel 9a. Hello from New York City, where the seasons are beginning to change, and where, earlier this week, I got to play around with the new Pixel 9a, the newest and most affordable member of the Pixel 9 family. The phone will retail for $499, which is $300 less than the next model up, the Pixel 9, and is the same price as last year's Pixel 8a. This year's phone gets a pretty significant design refresh. While it still has rounded corners, it's now got flat edges like the rest of the family. It has a slightly larger display, 6.3 versus 6.1 inches, but in the hands, the change in size is not very noticeable. While still Google's Actua display, this time it runs at a smooth 60 to 120 Hz refresh rate, which is a nice upgrade from the fixed 120 Hz on the Pixel 8a, and that should potentially improve battery life, but more on that later. It's also significantly brighter, reaching up to 2,700 nits peak brightness, so outdoor visibility should be fantastic. In the short time I spent with it out on a sunny day, the display was pretty bright and visible. Flipping it over, we still have the classic Pixel look, but notice gone is the camera bump, or in Pixel speak, the camera bar. Unlike most phones these days, the cameras on the Pixel 9a don't protrude from the device, which is nice to see, but also begs the question, what does this have to do with camera quality? Camera bumps, after all, allow you to have better camera hardware. Does this mean the phone doesn't have better cameras? Because this is an entry-level phone, the back is still composite plastic, although one would not easily tell. It's got a lovely matte finish and a color-matched aluminum frame with a satin finish. Power and volume buttons are all on the right side, and on the bottom, you get a SIM card tray, microphone, USB-C port, and speaker grills. Apart from the usual white and black, or officially porcelain and obsidian, this year's color options are peony, which we first saw on the Pixel 9, which is this rich pink, almost salmon color. And new this year, iris, which is a light purple or lavender. Perfect for the season. While I love classic finishes, I'm in such a spring mood and I can't wait for the cherry blossoms to start appearing on trees, so I'm hoping for a peony review device on the Pixel 9a. Speaking of colors, because you know I'm a big fan of sustainable tech, I'm happy to report that the Pixel 9a is very green. From 100% plastic-free packaging to 100% recycled aluminum in its housing and 81% recycled plastic on its back cover. None of these make the phone feel cheap. In fact, it still is a very premium-looking phone. Apart from its Gorilla Glass 3 display, it also has an IP68 rating, so it's built tough. Under the hood, the Pixel 9a is powered by the brand new Google Tensor G4 chip, promising even better performance and efficiency than the G3 and the 8a. It's the same chip that powers the Pixel 9 Pro and Pixel 9 Pro Fold, and it unlocks some cool new AI features like auto frame in photos and videos, and the Reimagine tool in photos, alongside the familiar Magic Editor and Magic Eraser. We weren't allowed to film software just yet, but luckily I had a blast testing out these new features when I reviewed the Pixel 9 Pro last year. I highly recommend that you check it out. In fact, I just rewatched it and I had a good chuckle myself. You can click up here or I'll put a link down below. Battery life should see a dramatic improvement on the Pixel 9a. Apart from the power efficiency improvements in Tensor G4 and the LTPO display, Pixel 9a gets a larger 5,100 mAh battery that should easily get you through a full day, but we'll do all the real-world tests when we receive our review device. The phone supports up to 23-watt wired charging and 7.5-watt Qi wireless charging. Now let's talk about cameras. The main wide camera is now a 48 megapixel quad PD dual pixel sensor, down from 64 megapixels last year. Now, while megapixel count doesn't always equate to better photos, we're also seeing a smaller sensor size, which could explain why the camera bump isn't there anymore, but let's not jump to conclusions and wait for our review, because I always say the proof is in the photos. So for now, let's not panic. Maybe it has a better sensor, maybe the processing is better. The Pixel 9a also has a 13 megapixel ultra wide camera, which is the same one that's on last year's model, as well as the same 13 megapixel front facing selfie camera. For the first time on an A series Pixel, you're also getting macro focus and astrophotography. The Pixel 9a starting at $499 for the 128GB model. There's also a 256GB option, which surprisingly is more expensive than last year. Pixel 9a will be available on shelves in the US. It also comes with 3 months of Google One, 3 months of YouTube Premium, and 6 months of Fitbit Premium. It will also be available in these countries. Availability, pricing, and offers may differ in other regions. The phone ships with Android 15 out of the box with 7 years of guaranteed OS and software updates. So, is the Pixel 9a your gadget match? There are still a lot of questions that need to be answered, but the good news is, by the time you watch this video, I will already have my review device. And the question I hope to answer is the Pixel 9a the new entry-level phone to beat, at least here in the US, where we don't have those ultra-competitive phones from Chinese manufacturers like Oppo and Vivo. At its price point, the only phone I can think of that you can get here is the Nothing Phone 3a and the Nothing 3a Pro, which are $379 and $459. Everything else is pricier. OnePlus 13R is $599, iPhone 16e is $599, Galaxy S24 FE is $649. What I will say is that in some ways, it gives the $799 Pixel 9 a run for its money. In terms of the core experience, you're actually getting a surprisingly similar phone. The display size is virtually identical between the Pixel 9 and 9a. They also share the same powerful Google Tensor G4 processor. So performance should be comparable in terms of everyday tasks, even if the Pixel 9 has more RAM. Sure, the Pixel 9 has the same wide and ultra-wide cameras as the Pixel 9 Pro, i.e. better cameras, and it's got a glass back versus plastic. But are these improvements worth that $300 premium? I am tempted to say that Google might have messed up in terms of pricing, especially since deals on the Pixel 9 series abound. For example, currently on Amazon and Best Buy, the Pixel 9 is being sold for $649, bringing the difference between the 9a and the 9 to only $150, which would make the Pixel 9 on sale a better value. But of course, all of this is conjecture. For now, we'll have to hold off any final conclusions until we get our review device. But what do you think about the new Pixel 9a, and what questions do you want answered in my review? Let me know down below, and make sure you're subscribed to this YouTube channel and hit that bell icon so that you get notified as soon as we post that video. Follow me on social media for all the behind the scenes fun, travel, and fashion, and for news and updates, make GadgetMatch.com your daily habit. Until the next video, I'm MICHAELJOSH. Thanks for dropping by.